Hi, I'm Kelsey Allen. A hero in my mind does not have to be a cape-wearing superhuman with the ability to fly or read minds, but someone who is willing to make a positive impact on others, a person that is always willing to lend a hand and encourage those around them. My hero is someone I have only met this past year, and although she is a teacher, I have never been her student. I did, however, get the opportunity to get to know her when I helped out in her classroom through the Links program. When I first learned I was scheduled in this teacher's classroom, I was a little nervous about the pairing as I didn't know her. So it becomes my first day of going over to the elementary and I find her classroom empty. I was now unsure of what to do, so my mind battled with the decision to stand there in the dark or go out to the playground and try finding her. After a couple of anxious minutes, I made my decision. Walking through the halls and venturing outside, I dodged my way through the herd of kids on my way to find her. We finally made introductions, and I instantly felt welcome and soon became Miss Kelsey to her class. Throughout my time in her classroom, I was always encouraged to give my opinions and help out in areas I felt like needed more attention. Over the course of 5 months, I bonded with both her and her students. At times when I didn't feel very helpful, she always told me how much she appreciated my work, as did the kids. She also showed me that being a teacher is not an easy job, especially in a classroom filled with hyper fourth graders. This allowed me to appreciate my own teachers even more. She made it look easy at times when, if I was in her position, could possibly have a mental breakdown. She always told the kids to follow their curriculum while also encouraging that they should share their thoughts and ideas. So I would like to send a giant thank you to Mrs. Little for showing me to always bring my best effort even on days when things seemed out of control. Thank you for allowing me to spend time in your class. That was often the highlight of my day. Thank you for always respecting my thoughts and encouraging that they should be spoken. Thank you, Mrs. Little.
Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Brianna Berry. When you walk into the high school office and down the hall to the third door on the left, you'll find a woman wearing a boldly patterned dress and glasses. She'll be pounding away at the keys of her computer in an office littered with papers. She'll greet you in a way that slightly resembles that of Roz from Monsters, Inc. This woman is Mrs. Berry, the high school counselor. By definition, a counselor is a person who gives advice on a specified subject. I must admit, though, Mrs. Berry's specified subject area has been my entire life. I cannot tell you how many times I've been told to do something and then thought, Mrs. Berry will take care of that for me. From things like signing up for college classes to making sure I had a physical on file and my sports fees paid. Mrs. Berry has also rescued me numerous times out of the lunch lady's clutches when I forgot my money again. Mrs. Berry is someone who I've been able to count on time and time again. She has given me the courage to be myself and to pursue my passions in life. Without Mrs. Berry's help, I believe that my future would be a topic that would be much scarier for me to think about. She has opened my eyes to see all the different possibilities that the future can grant me. She's given me the opportunity to go on college tours, attend different camps and activities, expose me to various career paths, and offered me advice on how I can achieve my dream. I think it's also important to mention that Mrs. Berry is also my mom. And because of this, she has much to do with the person that I have become. She's shown me how to give, because she has already given so much to me. She gave up her Friday evenings to come watch me play basketball. She gave up a vacation or two so my sister and I could play club volleyball year after year. She gave up her time to listen to me complain about my latest problem. She gave up listening to country music so I could listen to the pop station on the drives to and from school. And she's given up so much more so that I can do the things that I enjoy. So when you walk down the hallway in the high school office to the third door on the left, you'll find a woman who has inspired me. She's shown me how to be kind and to do the right thing. You'll find a woman who has not only given to me, but to every student that has passed through her door over the years. She is strong, resilient, and dependable. She is my mom, and she's my biggest hero.
Hi, my name is Victoria, in case you didn't know. When I was first asked to do the speech, it was a simple task. Write about a hero you have. I thought long about what being a hero was and what that meant to me. But a hero can be defined as many things depending on who you ask. A hero can be someone who is there for you when you need them the most, or even just someone to talk to. My hero is a teacher who had the unfortunate luck of meeting me when I first started my high school career, the one who has had the even more ill-fated luck trying to get rid of me these past 4 years. Mr. Nelson. There are few, if any, teachers I have met like Mr. Nelson, who is not only passionate about the subjects they are teaching, but also all the other things they are involved in. I strongly believe if I had not been placed in his science class my first year here, nor if I was convinced to join the robotics club he ran, I would not be the person I am today. It takes a special kind of person to dedicate their lives to teaching future generations, let alone choosing to teach high school students. But it takes an even more special person to go beyond the role of a teacher for students. Mr. Nelson is that person. When I first came to Morley Stanwood High School, I had moved schools countless times. I came to school only because it was required, and I rarely enjoyed anything. I did not know Morley had a robotics club until my second year here. Almost immediately, I knew I had to join. My favorite teacher mentored a robotics team. A team where you compete with robots you make. That sounded like the most fun school had offered me in years. After convincing a friend to join with me, I became a member. Some might say we're dead weights, Mr. Nelson included. Not knowing anything about coding, building, or even driving a robot, and leaving all of the hard work to the boys. However, Mr. Nelson still welcomed us back each year. Of course, there was a catch. Each year, he pushed us more. We started as team spirit, making buttons and shirts and dressing up, and moved up to cabinet members, running meetings, making signs, planning out fundraisers. This past year, he even asked me to take on the role of president. Mr. Nelson saw potential in me I hadn't. I was shy, alone, barely talked. Each year, with his push, I opened up, took charge, and began to enjoy things again. Most of the time I spent with Mr. Nelson this past year was in his classroom and during lunch. Mind you, I do not even have a class of his this year. That, however, did not stop me from spending every lunch period and all 3 of my online college course classes with him, simply because I loved him as a teacher and I missed being in his class. I relived learning chemistry for this man, which really shows how much he is my hero. As I stated before, he hasn't had much luck trying to get rid of me since I came here. Much of this was sadly taken away this year. However, I was glad I spent as much time in his class as I did. My happiest times in high school were these moments where I was in his class, or we went to compete with our robotics team. I will always remember them. I do not think, in any way, that this simple essay on how Mr. Nelson impacted my life these past years can do justice to how much of a great teacher and mentor he is. So instead, I would like to say 2 things to him. I simply hope you continue to impact and change the lives of the students for the rest of your years as a teacher as you have mine. I also want to thank you for what you did for me throughout high school, Mr. Nelson, as I would not be the person I am today without you.
Hey, thanks for nominating me as your hero.
Hello, my name is Chevelle Cherry, and I will be reading my hero speech. As kids, we thought of heroes being the ones that had these cool special powers, whether it being my all-time favorite superhero, Spider-Man, the most hottest of them all, Thor, or even that scary green guy, Hulk. It's crazy to think as a kid I would look up to these heroes, and because they were so cool and nothing else mattered, I wish I was just like them, kicking bad guys' butts, despite having a dream of becoming a mermaid. In addition, with this crazy imagination, I would jump from couch to couch and spray my wicked imaginary webs at, of course, my evil parents. Unfortunately, I grew up and reality kicked in. I was given light to different types of heroes, not the ones that have these special abilities, these really tight clothes on, and definitely not the ones that turn green whenever they get angry. However, the ones that make a difference in the world with their actions, and not just because they will be praised by others for their hard work and dedication. Lastly, my hero has not only made an impact on the community, but with their students too. I am not going to sugarcoat this, but my hero wasn't my greatest friend when they first started teaching. I believe the teacher was okay, even though I found it was quite weird that they actually looked like Spider-Man. I just didn't like the fact that I actually had to do more than I usually do in the class. The 2 years that they have been teaching, I got used to all the changes that were happening for the good. My hero has made more opportunities for students in their class and has made it a lot more enjoyable. They have also regained the school spirit in our school that has been lost for quite some time and has also made this class a big part of the community. Not only have they made this cluster of students better than they have been before, but they have also made this class more of a family regardless of the ups and downs this group has had. I will forever miss the trips to McDonald's after events, the times when myself and the band kids almost got a heat stroke during band camp, and lastly him throwing his wand at us, but of course, not on purpose. Lastly has come to an end too quickly, and I was honored enough to be his student, and I wish this band, also Mr. Miller, the best.
Everyone, my name's Haley Dard, and I'm honored to be able to give a speech about someone special at our school. Although I haven't been around you much this year, you will always have a lasting impact on me. I'm glad I was given the opportunity to come up here today, as you deserve to be recognized for the immense amount of support you have for the students here at Morley Stanwood, especially my fellow classmates, including our beloved friend who we sadly do not have the pleasure of connecting with anymore. Things have not been easy for many of us, especially you, and yet you persevere, continuously pulling through and being the support for many of us who needed and continue to need you. I believe certain students have gravitated towards you because how welcoming, caring, loving, and most importantly, how accepting you are. You are not the type of staff member who only appreciates the students who pass through high school with flying colors without even trying, but instead you have brought together the students who were in search of a rock, in search of someone stable and consistently on their side. As an outsider, I can easily see the little family you've brought together and assisted in forming the close-knit bond that you and your boys have for each other. With that being said, a hero isn't someone flying around in a tight suit and a cape. A hero is someone who puts others' needs above their own, who goes out of their way to help those in need, and pushes us to be the best that we can be. All of these characteristics, and so many more, describe you, Mrs. Muir. I am very appreciative of everything you have done for my class. I feel everyone should be aware of how hard-working you are for the student body. With all your troubles, you deserve to be recognized. Probably a paid vacation, too. But, I can't authorize that. The most I can do is say thank you. So thank you, Mrs. Muir.
I am honored that you chose me as your hero. I've enjoyed the last 4 years getting to know you as a student. I look forward to a future with you as my friend.
Hi, my name is Jordan Gerwig. What is a hero? If you ask a little kid, a hero is someone who has a cape and wears a mask. You ask me, and I tell you that I don't know. I don't know what a hero is to me, which made this decision really hard. I started high school telling myself that there was going to be no way that I form an actual bond with my teachers because the likelihood of me ever seeing them again was not very high. However, after one assignment, I created a bond with a teacher. Miss Moore is my hero because she's more than an English teacher to me. I have seen her care for her students, and she has shown care for me. In the first semester of my senior year, we had to write a paper for her class. I was having a hard time deciding what to write about, and I remember Miss Moore saying something about trusting her. At first, I didn't think much about it because I've heard teachers say that for years, but something about how she said it made me believe it. I wrote a paper on my anxiety, and I remember after writing it that I felt as if a weight had been lifted from my shoulders. After writing that paper, I felt as if I was free of something that had been burdening me for years. I am thankful for Miss Moore for making me feel comfortable enough to write that paper, and she is my hero for helping relieve that weight. Ms. Moore has also reintroduced me to my love of books. I went a long time without picking up a book by choice, but after having Ms. Moore for 2 years, she sparked a love in me that I thought had been extinguished. I am grateful to Ms. Moore for not only reigniting my love for reading, but also giving me a chance and making me feel comfortable enough to write about my anxiety. She gave me the chance to write about something I felt I would forever have to live with in secret, and for that, I'm not only thankful, but I see Ms. Moore as my hero.
Thank you so much.
Hero is someone that is always there for you, throughout the good and the bad. A hero looks out for you. He or she cares for you. My hero helped make me the person I am today. The main reason this person is my hero is because he was and still is always there for me. He was there when I needed somebody to help me with my schoolwork and explain it to me when I didn't understand. He was also there when all I needed was someone to talk to. My hero would let me talk about my problems, and he would just listen and then offer me advice how to solve my problems in a reasonable way. Another thing is that he liked to play chess with me. He was always there to play chess with me even when no one else would. We would just sit and talk while we played a game or two of chess. I look up to this person because he helped me realize what I want to do with my life. I would either like to be a math teacher or an accountant. My hero helped me realize this because he has shown me that you can make teaching a fun learning and experience for kids. He has also shown me how fun and interesting accounting can be. Mr. Raven, you are one of my heroes. Thank you for taking an interest in me, encouraging me, and always being there for me. You helped me become a better person, and I thank you for that. Thank you for being more than just a teacher. Thank you for being my friend.
Thank you. I'm very honored to receive this recognition from an outstanding.
In my opinion, a hero goes way above and beyond what is expected of them. If someone needs help, even if it isn't convenient, they will go out of their way to help. Everything they do is to help the people around them. My hero is Mr. Nelson, the teacher. When I was chosen to talk about a hero, I instantly knew who it would be Mr. Nelson. He spends a generous amount of his personal time and money to help kids inside and outside of his classroom. For his physics class, he buys materials for the kids to make projects. Then for robotics, he buys needed materials for the robot, food for kids so they don't go hungry while working, and spends hundreds of hours on the robot every season. There is one particular memory I have with him that stands out. When I take the state standardized test like the NWA MAP test, I take my time since I want to get the highest score I possibly can. Well, I was taking the test and the end of the class came around, and of course I wasn't done yet. Keep in mind that this is the last class of the day, so it was time to go home. Instead of pausing the test, he stayed over about 20 minutes so I could finish. He then made sure I had a way to get home and even offered to give me a ride so that he knew I would get home safely. He sees the good in everyone. I've never heard him say anything bad about anyone. After being a teacher for a long time and experiencing a lot, it is hard to stay positive like that, yet he still does it. Thank you for making a large impact on my life and the community. Without you, we wouldn't be able to make the robots we do.
Hey, thanks for nominating me as your hero.
Hi, my name is Taylor Linneman. To my hero, a person who is admired or idealized for courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities. A real person or a main fictional character who, in the face of danger, combats adversity through feats of ingenuity, courage, or strength. These are the definitions of a hero. My hero is not fictional, she's quite real. My hero does not face danger on a daily basis. Instead, my hero is intelligent, brave, independent, and strong. My hero is an example to students in school, in her classroom, to her own children, and to her colleagues. She's a hero to me, someone who I look up to and look for example. My hero never fails to give guidance. This is who my hero is. This is what the definition of a hero looks like to me. Thank you for everything that you have done for me, even if you never knew it. I was just coming up from elementary school, afraid of what was ahead of me. You made my transition from elementary to middle school better, easier actually. You prepared me for life lessons that I have to learn in the future. You looked out for me and saw that if I was having a bad day, you would make sure I left school with a smile on my face. When you first met me, I was a very shy and quiet girl. You helped me realize that it's okay to be yourself, and it's okay to show your true personality to others and to be carefree. Thank you for believing in me and pushing me to do my best every day. You inspired me to be who I am to this very day with all that you taught me. You were a role model to me and to others. You taught me good morals to keep in my life, how to become more confident with myself, and to always believe in myself even when times are tough. You helped me through difficult situations and guided me to help make the right decision. I am grateful to have had you as a teacher. Not only were you my teacher, but you were also a mentor to me, someone who I looked up to. You are always such an approachable teacher and person. Even outside of school, you always make me feel important when you see me by saying hi or asking how I'm doing. You are a true hero. Thank you, Miss Gullickson, for being my hero.
Thank you.
Hi, Aidan McLaughlin here. Recently, I was given the great honor of choosing a hero who has impacted me over the last 4 years of high school and writing a speech about them. So here it is. A hero to me is someone you look up to, someone who lives their lives in a way that you strive to live yours. When I was given the task of picking my hero, this person immediately came to mind. To me, being a hero is living a life that demonstrates good morals. My hero demonstrates these good morals through action and example. He is someone I look up to because he is very trustworthy, hardworking, respectful, honest, and patriotic. My hero is someone I very much trust. Over the past 4 years of high school, his advice has never led me in the wrong direction. I trust his opinion and trust his judgment when it comes to basketball and many other things. He is always honest and would never tell you anything that he didn't truly believe himself. My hero demonstrates respect by example and taught myself and many others how to be respectful. He taught us to respect our opponents, fellow players, coaches, and referees. And by doing this, he earned the respect of many others in return. My hero is also very hardworking. He'd often go to work early just so he'd get out in time to make it to basketball practice. He sacrificed a lot in his life in order to coach us, and he sacrificed a lot for our team. He taught us the value of hard work and how hard work pays off. Lastly, my hero is very patriotic. He has served his country and has sacrificed lots in his life for our country. For these reasons and many more, my hero is Mr. Sean Phillips. Over my 4 years of basketball at Moise Stanwood, you have taught me things beyond the game of basketball. You have taught me life lessons that I will carry for the rest of my life. Thank you, Coach Phillips.
Thank you.
A hero is not always one in a mask and a cape, but someone who can pick you up when you're down, someone who gives the best advice, and most of all, someone you can always look up to. A hero is a person who is admired or idolized for courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities. Mine is someone that anyone can look up to, someone that inspires me and so many others to be such hard-working individuals. My hero is someone who has spent countless hours to help each student she possibly can. Someone who will remember what her student likes to eat just so she can listen to what that student has to say. She is someone who puts everyone else before herself, someone who listens, someone who is understanding. Heroes are people who can teach you things just by watching their actions, standing back and seeing what they do for so many others. To me, that's inspiring. Mine, she does just that. She inspires and she guides people. She always knows what to say and how to say it to help anyone she can. I consider myself lucky for being able to have known you as long as I have, so thank you. Heroes like you are often unnoticed, but I'm glad we got to recognize all of you. It truly shows that not all heroes have to be the stereotypical cape and a suit with a mask. So thank you for teaching me to be more open and have patience. Thank you, Danny Snyder, for being my hero.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Riley Pritchard, and this is my hero speech. So, let's get started. When being asked to be a part of the Heroes Banquet, it is such a great opportunity to show who has brought you the most intelligence in life, amazing memories, and who gives you inspiration and gives others inspiration. and inspire others. For me, my hero is all of these and does all of these and is such a great inspired person who gives back to the community and makes everyone to feel best about themselves. My hero is someone that makes an effort to give everything they got in what they are doing. My hero shows how outgoing they are with the energy they give to the people around them. My hero wants for students to remember their material forever instead of just till the end of the test. They make it an effort to have fun with learning and to make students feel comfortable when learning. My hero puts themselves in after others and never fails to make you smile. My hero has the best advice and always knows what to do with any situation and makes the best out of the bad. They are so willing to help others and to make them feel like they are useful and that they are important in the world. We've had such a great 4 years, and I'd like to say we did drift off after a couple years, but I'd always want to stop in and check with her to see how things are going. She would always make me smile, and that her energy would be shared with you when talking with her. She is such an amazing person and has a fantastic teacher. She is one of a kind, and she has her own type of fun. Her laugh spreads to everyone in the room and shares it with everyone. This is what makes her my hero, and this is what inspired me to pick her. And also that no one will put up with a good fight like her. Caught ya, wink. So thank you so much for a memorable 4 years and trying to put up with me. You mean a lot. Thank you, Miss Simons, for being my hero. Sincerely, Riley Pritchard.
Thank you so much. Congratulations on your graduation.
Hello, my name is Kaylee Ramsey, and this is my hero speech. When you think of a hero, you probably think of a person with a cape, or someone like Batman or Spider-Man. I think a hero isn't someone that fights bad guys or chases them down. It's someone who is there for people and who help others with their problems. It's a person who is admired and idolized for courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities. Everyone's heroes are different. They could be your family, friends, professionals you admire, or even someone that you have never met. My hero is someone who cares about what their students think or do. They care if a student is having a bad day, and they will ask them if they are okay or if they need help. My hero always asks about how everyone's day is going and is willing to ask about anything they want. My hero has helped me think about what I truly want to do after school and what schools could be the best for me. We have talked about my life and my family, and we have also had talks about yours as well. You always have a good answer for me, or even some funny answers as well. If you have a bad day, I can always tell, and if I'm having a bad day, you always know, and always know what to say. You have helped me so much, and maybe more than you understand, but I would not be the person I am today if you didn't influence me. I remember in your class as a freshman, and I was so scared that I was going to fail. But on the first day, you reassured me that even if I was nervous and might be stressed, I could get through this. Right then, I started looking up to you. I didn't know you then, I would now consider you as a friend. And I know that you won't miss us after we are gone, but I will miss you. Thank you for being a teacher in class that I look forward to going to every day. And for all of the life lessons that you have gave me, and for all the conversations we had. You have a big heart, and many people don't know that because they don't get to talk to you or understand you. I don't think that you know you have been such a huge help to me, and that I look up to you for the past 4 years. You are my hero. Thank you for everything that you have done, not just for me,
but for the class of 2020. I will truly miss you, and you have changed the way I look at the world, and I am so grateful for that. Don't let the freshmen get the best of you. They will never understand everything that teachers go through. They might not care about their grades or their GPA. That is not your fault. They won't understand that if they fail, you are the one that breaks down inside. And you think that you have failed them. Never think that. Thank you for being my mentor for the last 4 years. Thank you, Mrs. Karch, for being my hero.
Hi, I'm Jaden. Every person has a different definition of what they think a hero is. Some believe it's someone who saves lives, like a doctor or a police officer. Some say it's someone who can fly or someone with super strength, like Superman. My hero does not save people's lives in the literal sense, but he does. He saves them in the classroom by giving them opportunities for their future. He may not be able to fly or have super strength, but he makes every one of his students believe they can do anything they set their minds to. My hero is Mr. Rogers. I chose him not only for being a great teacher, but also going above and beyond for his students. One of my first memories with Mr. Rogers is when he challenged his students to say that they're having more than a good day, that they're having a great day, an amazing day, or a fantastic day, or even a bad one if that's how you feel. He wanted us to be more honest about how we were feeling so that if we were upset, he could do something about it. At least that's what I've always thought. Every day since the day he challenged us, he asked me how my day is. At first it was a simple, "How's your day?" Now I look forward to it. Mr. Rogers is the kind of teacher who will always put someone before himself. I've always admired that about him. He also pushes his students to think about what comes next in their life, whether it's college or trade school or just working. Even if you think you're sure about what you want to do, he will make you second guess everything just so you know 100%. He prepares us for our future as much as he can, so that when it's time for us to leave high school, we're ready. Thank you, Mr. Rogers, for always being there for me and making me smile and pushing me to look into my future instead of just jumping into it. I'll miss you.
Thank you. Oh, this is terrific. Thanks so much.